Welcome back to the new lecture of the Best Strategies Playbook course. In this lecture, we will be talking about a new strategy, and I use it often. I actually use it to filter out my trades as well as taking entries and exits as well. It's a great strategy, and you need to focus on this one as well. There are no indicators required for this strategy. It is purely based on price action. So it's a very simple strategy and very, very easy to learn. So before going on to the strategy itself, you need to know basic principles and price action behind this system, right? So let's move on to Paint. So this is Paint. This was the initial discussion we had on the thrust bar. Let's just make a new one. So this strategy is based on trend reversals, right? So we know that if a trend is there, if the price is moving up, so there is an upper trend, see? And there will be a point when the trend will definitely change. The price will move down. So how do we know when the trend is about to change? Maybe it will go higher, maybe it will go lower. We don't know. But there are certain rules, there are certain criteria which we can use to define when the trade reversals have happened. So before that, we need to know what is a downtrend and what is an uptrend. So the basic rules of a downtrend are: the price moves like a staircase towards the downside, right? And when the price is moving like this, it constantly makes lower lows and lower highs, right? And what is a lower low and what is a lower high? It's basically when the new high is lower than the previous high, it is called a lower high. And when a new low is lower than a previous low, it's called lower low, right? So this is a lower low, this is a lower high. And we can see the price is moving down like a staircase. So whenever whenever anyone asks you whether a stock is in a downtrend or an upper trend, you can immediately tell if the price is making a lower low and lower high, it's in a downtrend. So when is the upper trend? What is an upper trend? The upper trend is similarly a staircase moving upside. And the rules are that it makes a higher low and a higher high, right? As you can see, the new low is above the previous low and the new high is above the previous high. So when a price is making new higher highs and new higher lows, that means it is an uptrend. And when it is making new lower highs and new lower lows, it is in a downtrend. So when exactly do we know that the price is about to change? There are certain criteria and certain rules that we can look at. So listen carefully and do recognize this. When it is making a new lower low and lower highs, there will be a point in future when it will make a new higher low. And then it will resume its upper trend. Right? You got my point? I'll explain it further. So it was making new lower lows and new lower highs. So we know it was in a downtrend. Then what happened? That it made a new higher low at this point, right? It didn't go below this low, so it made a higher low. And when it made a higher low, it could have come over here and then went down from there. Then it wouldn't be the higher low. It would still be a downtrend, right? But it made a higher low and then it break this high, right? This is the reason, this is the criteria where we will know that the trend has changed. So the price breaks this high and starts to form higher low and higher highs. And here we know the price has changed, the trend has changed, right? And now it will make higher low and higher highs. This was the higher high, sorry, this was the higher low. And again, higher high and higher lows. So when it goes higher at this point, what happens? A new higher low would be made, lower high will be made, and then it will break this point and resume downtrend. It made a lower high and then it break this area, right? This point. When it went to uptrend from the downtrend, it broke this area and we officially knew now the trend has reversed. And now when the uptrend was completed and it went to the downtrend, we knew when the new lower high is have been made, this place needs to be broken. This point needs to be broken. And when it was broken, we knew that we are now in a downtrend. Try it yourself. Try doing yourself. Let's do it again. Lower highs and lower lows, downtrend. Then what happened? A new higher low is made at this point. And the price, when it moves up, it broke this point. And when it broke this point and the candle closed above it, we knew that the trend has changed, right? And when it was in the uptrend and a new lower high is made at this point, a new lower high is made at this point, it needs to break this area. And when it does break this area, we know the trend is reversed. So this is a basic criteria, basic method of knowing when the trend has reversed. So how do we trade it? How do you make sure to get real good profits from this? And what are the criteria? What is the reason that this strategy is very effective and very high probability of winning? We will continue this in other lecture. So I'll see you in the lecture.